In this demonstration, I'm going to show you how to configure your developer portal to use Portal Delegated User Registry, making use of Twitter as an authentication provider. Okay, so I have an API provider organization. I have a catalog called Open Demo, and I've got a developer portal configured for this catalog. And down here, I've got the user registry set to Portal Delegated User Registry. In Bluemix, the default would have been IBM ID, or if it was a sandbox local user registry. It's important to remember to select Portal Delegated User Registry, because once you've got developers on that catalog, you can no longer change your user registry. So I have set these options, I've saved, and then I've been given a URL via an email for my new portal, for which I have logged in as admin. Now, the main difference in this particular portal is that there is an extra configuration setting hidden, well, not hidden, just here. And this is because the additional modules required for social login have been installed, and the module being used here is hybrid auth. So to demonstrate the social login, I'm going to configure my portal to use Twitter. So here, configuration, people, hybrid auth. And I've got the option to configure one or more authentication providers, and the one I've chosen to use is Twitter. The reason why I've chosen to use Twitter, it's one of the simplest and quickest ones to get going, but for each authentication provider there is a dialog where you are given a link to the authentication provider where you can create your app to get your app credentials that are required, and also the information required by the authentication provider in order to give you a key, and also so that they know where to return the user to after they've authenticated with them. So off to Twitter, and you can see I've already done a certain amount of testing of this, but for this I need a new app. So name, description, website, and the callback URL. So I have to give those details. And I'm just going to use this. And I also need to provide the callback URL, which has been provided here. So just do that. Okay, so that's created me an application on the Twitter side, which I can now put the details in to my developer portal configuration. So I need this consumer key and consumer secret. Those are the values that have been highlighted in the portal. And save that configuration. So now if I just log out as administrator, so I now want to use the portal as a developer, and I'm logging in using my Twitter credentials and have very conveniently already been filled in. And the authentication is all being done on the Twitter side. Now I've been returned back to the portal, and some additional information is required. I have configured the portal to In fact, it's configured by default to always ask for the email address from the provider. That is because the portal actually does need an email address as part of the account information. And Twitter is a particular provider who doesn't return this. Other providers do, Twitter doesn't in this case. So I need to provide it here. One piece of information that Twitter did return to the portal is not my Twitter handle, but actually my Twitter name, the thing that turns up as the Twitter user's actual name as opposed to handle. And that has been used to create my organisation and my account name, which I can change if I want to. But in this case, I'm going to leave this. But if I just look at my account, another piece of information that's been provided is my profile icon. That's actually come straight from Twitter. So there you have it. That is just a quick demo to show you how to configure your portal to use a social login authentication provider, in this case Twitter. There are many other providers you can use, each with their own different ways of doing it, but this should give you an idea of how to get the simplest case working.